The next topic is input. What is this input? With whatever C programs we have seen till now, we use some data, we assign some data, we calculated and we printed. Now, when we were giving the data, I had used the equal to symbol. Like I said, A equals to 10. What is the meaning of this? Assign 10 to A. But now, if I say assign 10 to A, it means throughout I am saying that A is predefined as 10. Now, if you look at this flowchart, which I had done for finding the sum of two numbers with assign, when we converted this into C program, we got the result as 30. If I run it for the second time, I will still get 30. Why? Because always for A and B, the values are taken as 10 and 20. But now I don't want it like this. I don't want my program to be predefined only for 10 and 20. It should work with any two numbers. Now, if it is with any two numbers, how do I tell that? At who's going to give these numbers? These numbers will be given by the user who is going to execute your program and not by the person who is going to write the program. So that means you should have some method where when the program is run, when it is executed, it should take the data from the user. That data should get substituted in A and B. So for that, we use the concept of input. Let's see how to do this example with input, the same example. So I will say start. Now, the data is not known at the time of writing the program. So I will just give the command or the instruction to take an input and store it in the variable A. Then next, input B. Remember, don't say A equal to 10, B equal to nothing. It is just input A, input B. Then, what should I do with the input data? That process remains the same. C is equal to A plus B. Then what do I do with this particular data? This is going to be print C and stop. Okay, now let's understand how this input works. When I convert this or run it on a program, on a machine, input A, it means that the value is not known here. So the computer is going to ask you what should be the values of A and B. Maybe I will say 4 and 5. Where are 4 and 5 getting stored? In A and B. Go to the next line. C is equal to A plus B. What is substituted? 4 plus 5, 9. Print 9 and stop. Now once you stop the program, because these variables are created in RAM, this data gets destroyed. It is lost. Run the program for the second time. Again, it's going to ask you what should be the values of A and B. Maybe now I will say 100 and 200. So I will get C as 300, print 300 and stop. And again, the data gets destroyed once you stop the program. Run the program again. Again, you're supposed to give new input. That means every time you execute the program, you will be supplying new values for A and B. You means the user who is going to use the program, right? That is the usage of your input. Now, let's convert this into C. To convert this into C, we make use of a standard library function called as scanf. Scanf is used to take input from the user. Let's see this on code blocks. The first part is say, how many variables? 3 variables A, B, C. Whether you assign the data, whether you give input irrespective of it, the number of variables will remain the same, that is 3. Next, I will not say now A is equal to 10. I want to take this as an input. So what is the equivalent of input? It is scanf. Scanf is a function which is defined in stdio.h. So I can use scanf directly now. What input are we taking? We are taking an integer input. Where are we storing it? We are storing it in the variable A. How do I write it? I cannot say scanf A. It will not work like this. I have to mention the format specifier and the variable name exactly like this. Look at the screen now. %d, because it's an integer, comma, I should say ampersand A. Why ampersand? We will discuss it in later topics, but right now just remember that input A, equivalent of that in C language is scanf %d ampersand A. There is another input B. How do I write that? Scanf %d. This is ampersand B. So both the inputs are ready. What should I do? Process is same. Addition. Printf %d, comma C. Save this file. Build, compile, run. Now see how it behaves when I run the program. The cursor is waiting on an empty screen. It is not giving me the result because there are no values given in the program. Now it is waiting for my input. I will say 12. Where does it go? It goes into A. Now, when I press enter, it is still waiting. Why? That is because of the second scanf. Maybe I will say now 23. Press enter. Now it will go to the next instruction. Say is equal to A plus B. So 35. It prints it and stops. Now close this black window. When I close it, A, B, C values are destroyed. They are removed from RAM. Now again I will run the program. Run it. Again it is waiting for my input. So because previous values are lost, now you need to give different input. I will say 5 and 6. Answer is 11. So run the program again. Test with different values. Understood about scanf? Okay. Now this program works correctly to find the sum of two integers. But we don't say that this program is user-friendly. It is not user-friendly. Why? Now, when you run this program, the cursor is waiting on a blank screen like this. What should the user give? Should they give two integers? Should they give two floats? Should they give radius, current, resistance? The program is not telling what type of input should be provided. So, you have to give that. Tell the user what input should be provided. Only then the user will understand what data they will have to give. So, let's make our program user-friendly. How? By using printf. Now, what you do is, before the scanf, make use of printf. Double quotation, give any message, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. It is similar to the print hello world and so on what we did. So, here I'm going to tell the user, enter an integer. You say enter an integer, enter a number, up to you, whatever message you want. Semicolon. Let's run this now. Now see here, instead of waiting on an empty screen, it is telling very clearly enter an integer. So the user will know now what input should be provided. I will say 5. Next line also I want to give a message. So now, before the second scanf, add the message. Enter an integer. Now look at this. Enter an integer. Enter an integer. I'm getting 11. What is this 11? Is it area? Is it sum? Nothing is there to tell what this result is. So let's give a message for that also. How? In printf. Printf is already there. So in this only we will make modifications. I'm going to say sum equal to. Sum equal to is the message. %d is to print the variable c. Let's run this. 3, 4, sum is equal to 7. No confusion with respect to the input and output. Now this is user friendly. This is how you have to write the programs. For every scanf, provide a printf. Every output you're giving printf, provide a message with that. Understood? Let's take another example for input. Find the area of a circle. We have done that with assign. Let's do it with input. But now let's do one small analysis. This is important for learning programming initially. First, let's write what is the aim of this example. The aim is to find area of circle. Area of a circle. To find the area of a circle, what all data we need? The data needed. Let's write that. We need to know the value of pi and we need to know the value of radius. These are the two major things what we require. What is known to us? Known to us is the value of pi, which is 3.142. What is not known? The not known value or not given value is radius, because the program is not telling find the area of a circle of what radius. It can be anything. So since it is anything, it is not known. Such cases, these kind of data, you make it as input. Right? If you do this analysis, coming up with the solution will be faster and it will be correct. Okay, so aim, data needed, what is known or given to us and what is not given to us. So now let's write the flowchart for this. Start. What is not known to us? Radius. So that becomes your input. So input R. What is the next step? Area equal to 3.142 into R square. Next, print area. So radius is not given to it. Not given to us. We are taking it as an input from the user and substituting it in the further statements. Let's write the C program for this. Int radius, float area. If you want to use the function of mat.h, include it, mat.h. Now, r is equal to 5. No, we are using input. So, scanf, percentage %d because r is an integer, comma, ampersand r. Don't forget ampersand. But again, this is not user friendly. So, precede this with a printf. What is the message to the user? Enter radius, right? So, I have given the message as enter radius, but the variable I am using is r. Important is this variable should match with your declaration. This enter radius message can be anything, but important is, I'm repeating, scanf r should match with your declaration. Next, what is area equal to? 3.142 into POW of r, 2. Next, printf. Area of circle equal to %f. I'm giving a message. I can put a /n or ignore it. Doesn't matter. There is only one printf. So even if you don't give /n is also okay. Comma, area. Save the file, compile and run. Yes. Now it is saying enter radius and it is waiting. I will say 4. Getting the area of circle 50.27 something. Close. Data is lost. Again run the program. No need to compile it if you are not making the changes. You can directly go with the run. Now I will say 9. This is the area. Clear with this? Next. Let's look at the next example for input. The problem definition is as follows. For an employee, input the salary, calculate bonus as 10% of the salary. Then the total salary is sum of the salary and the calculated bonus. And whatever we have calculated, print that. That is bonus and total salary. Let's check quickly if we have understood the problem definition. What is the aim? What is the aim of this? Is to calculate bonus and the total salary of an employee. What data is needed? We need to know the salary of the employee and the percentage of bonus that should be applied. Out of this, we know that bonus is 10%. What is not known is the salary of the employee. So this becomes your input. Let's see the flowchart. Start. What is not known? Salary. That becomes the input. Input sal. I'm taking the variable name as sal. Bonus equals 10%. 10% can be written as 10 by 100 into sal or 0.1 into sal. I will use 0.1. 0.1 into sal. Total salary next is equal to the salary plus bonus. Sal plus bonus. The variable name is sal plus bonus. Print the calculated values. Print bonus, total. And stop. Now, let's look at the C program for this. What are the variables? Let's look at the flowchart again. How many variables we have? We have salary, we have bonus, and we have total. So I need to declare 3 variables. If you want, take everything as float, or we will take salary as integer, bonus and total salary as float. Why? Why float? Because bonus we are calculating it as 10%, so there might be a fraction. So just to be on the safer side, I will make everything as float. Float sal, bonus, total. How many inputs we have? We have only one input, that is sal. So we have to give a scanf. Started with a printf first. Enter salary. Scanf. What is the format specifier? %f because it's a float. Ampersand sal. Calculation. Bonus is equal to 0.1 into sal. Total is equal to bonus plus sal. Print both results. So printf bonus is equal to percentage f slash n comma bonus. Printf total salary is equal to percentage f. What is the variable name? Is just total. Save this, compile and run. Okay, I will give salary as 50,000. Bonus is 5,000. Sum of these two is 55,000. Let's take the next example. One of the most important examples. Input two numbers and swap them. What do you mean by swap? Swap means exchange. Let's understand the problem definition. Suppose if I give the numbers as 4 and 5, what should happen? A should become 5 and B should become 4. We are swapping them. What is the logic for this? So A should go to B and B should go to A. So let's take the flowchart for this. Start. Input two numbers. Input A, input B. Now, how do I send A to B, B to A? Remember, I cannot just say A is equal to B and B is equal to A. This will not work. What happens over here is, let's test it. So, given numbers are, let's say again same 4 and 5. If I say A is equal to B, A becomes 5. B equal to A. B should take the value of A. What is the value of A now? It is 5. So, where is 4? It is lost. So, this solution will not work. I cannot say A equal to B and B equal to A. So, for this what you do is, you take a third variable and use that to store the value of A so that you don't lose it. So, how do we do that? Let's look at it again. So, this is A, B, and let's take a variable called as C. A is 4, B is 5. Transfer 4 to C. How do we write it? C equals to A. So, C becomes 4. Now, transfer B to A. Who is receiving? A is equal to B. A becomes 5. Now, send this C to B. So, B equals C. So, this becomes 4. So, A and B are now 5 and 4. C, you ignore it. It is just a temporary variable we have taken only for the purpose of swapping. So, print only A and stop. Convert this to C program. How many variables? A, B, C. We are using 3 variables. Input is for 2. Enter integer A equal to scanf percentage D ampersand A. Printf. Enter integer B equal to scanf percentage D ampersand B. Now, swap. C equal to A equal to B equal to C. Print the swapped values. So, A equal to percentage D slash n comma A. Printf B equal to percentage D comma B. Let's run this. 5, 6. So, now A has become 6, B has become 5. The next topic is character data type. What is this character data type? We have learnt about integer and float data type, basically meant for numbers. Now, what if I want to work with non-numerical type of information? Then we go with character data type. What can come under a character data type? Almost every character on your keyboard can come under character data type. It can be anything from A to Z, small a to Z, digits from 0 to 9, but only one digit at a time. Then all, plus, minus, multiplication, division, percentage, dot, colon, comma, semicolon, single quote, double quote, dollar, hash, question mark, at, the enter key, the space bar, almost everything excluding this F1, F2, F3 function keys and so on. The remaining things can come under your character data type. Now, what is the keyword? The keyword to declare a character data type is char itself. And the format specifier we use is %C. Let's see one example on this. I want to declare 3 character variables, assign or initialize some values and print it. So character A, comma B, comma C. A equal to, I want to put the alphabet S over here. So you have to start with single quote because it is a character type. So single quote, put S, semicolon. Then B is equal to, I want to put a digit which will be treated as a character. Again single quote, let's say 8. Then next, C is equal to, I want to put a symbol, let's say $. So in single quote, I just want to print this. Printf A equal to %C, comma A. Printf B equal to %C, comma B. Printf C is equal to %C, comma C. Let's run this. So I just got the output S, 8 and $. Understood? Okay. Now let's take an input. We saw how to assign and print. I want to take an input. Let's do it only for one character. Now instead of assign, I want to take the input. So start with printf, enter any character. Scanf %C, comma ampersand A. Let's look at this. Input is T. So output is also T. Now remember, when you're giving input scanf, don't use single quotes. Single quotes is only when you use assign. I want to say W. Yes, output is W.